Hey guys, it's Heather, and it's been a little while since I've done a weekly vlog, so I'm going to do a weekend vlog. So today is Saturday, May 9th, I believe, and I'm just going to kind of vlog this weekend, and this will come out on Tuesday, so I apologize. We've been kind of busy around here, and I'll explain all of that in this vlog. So it is Saturday morning, 9:30. We're up and dressed. We are going to go out today. We are going to go try to find a big flower pot that we both like. We have a big pine island. I'm sure some of you have seen that big pine island in my front yard. And we felt like it was too cluttered, and there were 5 bushes in the front that never grew right, and the only time that they were really green is when they were way too big for the island. You cut them back and they just looked like dead sticks. So yesterday Adam pulled all of that out before it rained, and I'm thinking of just getting, like, if you've seen my daughter's vlog where she did a whiskey barrel and some like a planter in her rock area by her house. It's gorgeous. When I pull up to her house, it's so inviting and cheerful. So I want to do something like that, but I don't think a whiskey barrel is going to work in our yard. I don't know, we're going to go look. And then I thought that throughout the seasons I could change out the colors of the flowers and the plants that are in it. And even, like, you know, around Halloween and stuff, I can put like gourds and pumpkins out there around it, maybe a hay barrel. And we just like make that a little decoration area, since there's a big frontage of that pine island now that has nothing in it. And pine straw, for those of you that have been asking, are pine needles that have fallen from pine trees that us Southerners use to cover things like you would bark. Bark here, I mean, we have bought bark, but it changes color so quickly that we've just chosen not to use it. So pine straw is cheaper. You get a company to come out, spread it. It makes everything look fluffy for a couple of weeks. Then it starts to die down a little bit. So we do it about twice a year. And I have a very large yard, so we get a lot of pine straw, and I couldn't imagine what it would cost to do it in bark. Wow. I am about to make Adam and I some smoothies, and then we're going to get the puppy situated with some chew toys while we're gone. And I'm going to take you with me, see if we find anything good. We do have masks. We will wear gloves. We have hand sanitizer that we take with us. We have a thing of Clorox wipes that goes in between. Trust me, we're doing this as safely as we possibly can. Georgia now has had most things open now for, what are we at, a week and a half, 2 weeks? Week and a half, 2 weeks. So not everything is back to normal, but like there are certain restaurants that you are still to go, or outside dining only. But I mean, I think it's this way everywhere. Costco, you must wear a mask or you won't be allowed to come in. Emily's has to go get her title to her car changed over into her married name. It never happened, and it keeps coming to my house, and it's in my name and her name, and I keep giving it to her, and we just haven't had the time to go down there and do it. So now there's an appointment, and they won't let you in without a mask either. So yeah, there are definitely some changes that have been made, I think, you know, for the safety of our area. So our area that we live in has not had a whole lot of the virus, so we're still being very cautious, don't get me wrong, but we're not we're not under a shelter in place order any longer. So I'm hoping that everybody is being as cautious as we are, and maybe this thing will go away. All right, I'm gonna make smoothies, and I'll check in with you guys. So we have a little situation. You know, I told you Jack, stay. We clean the front porch and get it all nice and pretty. And then at the beginning of the season, let me turn, you're gonna be on camera, baby. Up here, the birds came in and built a nest. So of course we let them do their thing. Let me show them what's happened here. Do you see the bird poop from that nest all the way down my siding? Y'all get ready. And kersplat. It's like cement on here now. It's on my cushions here. Let me see. All over our front porch. Over to here. And now Adam said he looked out here and he sees that they're starting to build a nest here on this little ledge. We've had this happen for the past few years. We keep trying to figure out what to do. He's taking a picture to make sure there's no baby birds in that nest over there. Because that's been like 2 months now, hasn't it, baby?
Yeah, it's empty.
It's empty? Okay. So another thing we're going to do today is try to figure out what we can put up here to prevent the birds from putting their nests up here. We don't want to disturb their nests, but, oh shoot, I'm really close, sorry. We don't want to disturb their nests, but we can't have, I mean, it's everywhere. It's down here, up against the porch. I mean, there's on the backs of my porch chairs, there's poop everywhere. Everywhere. Oh, there's the bird. That's the bird that was going to come in here, I bet you, and start building this nest right here.
Not happy.
They don't like the fact that we're on our front porch. So you can see the island here. Those 7, those get really tall up the fall, and then we cut them down. But in the front of those 7 little balls is a big grouping, a big empty area now. There was a grouping of other bushes, so we pulled them out. Gonna do something there that's got some color, I think. And we're gonna figure out the bird nest situation. And I just want to mention, Mother Nature's forgotten what time of year it is. Today is May 9th, and it's what, 44 degrees, baby? 44 degrees. That is absolutely insane. I had to break out all my sweaters. Actually, this is a summer sweater, but yesterday, part of the reason I have not been vlogging is we did make a couple of purchases. I did trade in my Mercedes. That was about 2 weeks ago, and got a new car. I'll show you that later. It was a deal of a lifetime. It was a deal of a lifetime. So, Indigo, that's your dad. And then last weekend, or the end of last week, over the weekend, before the weekend, we traded in Adam's motorcycle for a new little toy. And we spent the entire weekend last weekend tooling around in it. And if you follow me on Instagram, you have already seen what we got. I'll show you those. I'll either pull them out and show you what we got, or I'll just insert some pictures somewhere in here so you can see what we got. But just throughout the week, I've had a lot going on with, I'm the secretary of our neighborhood HOA, and there's been a little drama, and I'm having to take notes every single day just about and write up minutes. Are any of you on your HOA? When my term is up, I will never, and I didn't volunteer, I got volunteered and kind of forced in a forceful way, didn't I, baby?
You did.
Yeah. So that's been what's going on. And yesterday I spent how many hours putting stuff on my Poshmark?
6.
6 hours. It is. Y'all, that takes a lot of time. A lot of time. I mean, you got to go through. It started because I went to put on a shirt from my closet because it's spring. I want to wear my springtime clothes, and I pulled it out and I put it on, and it was too big. So I looked up there again. So apparently anything by Loft or Ann Taylor that is in a petite large is too big now. And I kept asking Adam, can I wear this one if I tuck it in? And he's like, no, it's just too hangy, it's too hangy. So that prompted kind of a spur of the moment, go through some of my shirts and list them on Poshmark. So I think I listed 30 items yesterday. I've got more to go through, different categories. That was just kind of my hanging, one little area of hanging shirts that I went through yesterday. So if you're interested, my Poshmark store is always linked in my description box below this video. So if you're interested in checking that out, just click on that description and that link in there, and it should take you right to my Poshmark page. So, and don't be afraid to send me an offer. I do have a buy 3, get 10% off a bundle. I'm not, just feel free to make an offer. So anyway, that's gonna be listed below. That's what I did all day yesterday. I honestly thought we were gonna be tooling around in the new toy today, but not with 44 degrees outside. Sorry, you see my straw here. I put my smoothie in a plastic cup this morning. We both did we're still doing daily harvest. Somebody had mentioned, they heard me talk about it. We start off every single morning with a daily harvest smoothie. Every single morning. I can't think of a day we haven't. in the last like 3-4 months. So I've even bought a week of it for Emily. We love it so much. This is the mint chocolate, and we actually added a banana that was starting to get a little questionable into it this morning to get it out of the kitchen. You know, I love the way bananas smell, but not old bananas. I don't like the way that smells. So, all right, I'm gonna finish my smoothie and get the dog situated, and we gotta go figure out what we can do to prevent these birds from using our front porch as a public bathroom. I mean, it's not just a little bit. It's disgusting, and it's embarrassing, and just yuck. And I don't want to hurt the baby birds. I live on 4 acres, and 3 of those acres are in the woods. Build back there. All right, I'll check in later. Okay, we are in the truck. We've got some things we need to return to at home. They are finally open for returns. So the pieces that we had originally purchased to put in the dining room to try that we weren't going to keep, we never got to turn back in because everything closed. We spent an hour scrubbing the front porch. Yeah, we got rid of most of the poop. I think we got it all. And I actually shampooed, I used a upholstery shampooer and did the seating area out there. Adam started off by taking pictures and making sure there was nothing in the nests. We let one, finish their, by the time we noticed that there was a nest there, it was too late for us to do anything. So we let them do their thing. That nest is empty. We are empty nesters again. Get rid of that one. Apparently a new bird said, hey, there's a vacancy. And they tried to start moving in, and they were just at the beginning stages of building a nest and a whole nother area of, I'm calling it poopocalypse. So all of that's cleaned up. He has sprayed WD-40 because they say that works. We just have to do it often. And we need to start doing it every Valentine's Day, because right after Valentine's Day is when the bird nests start. So now we are headed out to at home to return some stuff. Sorry, it's bumpy. I'm holding the camera up. And we have to go to Costco today. We have our trusty masks. And in here we have our travel Clorox wipes and several of these little bottles of hand sanitizer. Where else are we going? Tractor Supply to see about a bird preventative something or other. Just gonna run some errands. So I'll show you what we end up with when we get home. So we have now been to at home twice, actually. We went in, returned something, and we were talking about a pot for the island out front that I showed you where I wanted to put a flower pot. So we went back in, and I got a couple new throw pillows for the front porch. Hopefully they won't get bird poop on them. We went and got lunch. We went into Jimmy John's. It seems like every person in my county is making up for being in quarantine. So then we went to Lowe's, and that parking lot was, I'd say, double what it was normally. And it was, even through the quarantine, it was pretty crowded. So the lines were all the way through the garden center, but we got some flowers and some soil, and I picked up some paint. I'm painting my front door. I have to finally get rid of that red front door. So we're headed to the place where we had our dining room furniture made to drop off their wood samples, because I had the foyer table made and had them match the stain, the color as best as possible, and it turned out fabulous. So we're going to go drop those off, and then we're going to actually skip Costco for now. We'll do that another day. So once we get everything planted, I will pull out the camera and show you what we did. Good morning. It is Sunday morning, and we had a very successful day yesterday. I didn't end up picking the camera up after we got home. We got home, we played with the dogs, and then we decided to do all the things that we had gone out to purchase and put them into, to put them all together. So I'm going to take you out. Okay, now I had mentioned yesterday that we have a bird issue. We were gone for about 3 hours yesterday. We came home and that bird was back trying to build another nest on the other side of the front porch. I'll be right back, Indigo. So now, on both of these pieces up here, we put tin foil with a rock on both sides. I don't know if you can see that, but right up there. We're going back out today because we didn't do this one, and the bird was back this morning. No nests have been built, just stuff brought to make the nest. And we pressure washed, we cleaned the dickens out of this front porch, got rid of all the bird poop. You can see here the There's actually a couple pieces of nesting that they started to bring. But this wall was covered in poop and pee. Down here was this huge, I mean, you could shovel it up. There was so much. We just can't keep going through this. It's going to cause damage to our house. We did pick up, I got some new throw pillows for the front porch here. And I think the biggest change for me is we changed the color of the front door. It was red yesterday morning. It is now black. It was a little more painstaking than we thought it was going to be. It took quite a bit of time and quite a few covers because it was red. To me, it looks so much better. I was actually telling Adam that I wanted to paint the house because, I mean, now I don't. The front door finishes up for me. We did pick up some, I forget what these are called. They're tangerine something or other for either side of the front porch here. So I'll go down here and turn around and show you. You see my dogs? See them? There's Jax over on that side, and there's Indigo saying, "Why can't I come out, Mom?" But there's my black front door. I've got a suction cup wreath holder coming. I don't want to hang it over. I used to hang one over the top there, and it scuffs up the top of the door so much. We put too much effort into it. So the suction cup wreath holder should be here on Monday, and then my wreath will go back up. But I love the new little pillows. I no longer have to find stuff that matches. Oh, I'm all blurry. I'm sorry. I no longer have to try to figure out how to match a red door. Now it's neutral. So have the pots going up on the steps, black front door, and a little seating area. If we could just keep birds out of there, we'd be fine. And then the last thing that we did, I'm going to get my feet all wet. So I had mentioned that out here in there was 5 bushes across the front of this pine island. This is very large. I'm 50 feet long, I guess. I don't know. But there were 5 bushes going across here that just looked scraggly, so we pulled them out. And we've replaced it with 1 pot. And it's quite large. Here's my foot for comparison. And then we just planted some flowers that we're hoping will kind of fall out of there. Just for a little touch of color in the Pine Island. It looks a whole lot less crowded now, so I'm happy about that. But I'm very happy with just a few hours worth of effort yesterday that we got this more how I was envisioning it looking. Red is not my favorite color, and red is so specific. Any decor I put out here had to match the red door or it clashed. And now I just love these. I got these at home. You see the peaches and the corals and the whites and the grays and the blacks. Yeah, I'm really happy. Today is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all of you out there. This was my Mother's Day gift, is redoing the front porch. And Emily and Connor are making us dinner tonight at their house. Gonna have some venison. Sorry, I'm checking through the front yard. My feet are cold. It has been, I want to say they said today was colder than it's been since 2003. I think that's what they said. We woke up to 37 degree temperatures, I think. It's crazy. So it is 9:57. It is time for me to make some smoothies. And then I'm going to make Adam go out with me for a little while today. I don't know what we'll do. And then this evening, we're going over to Emily and Connor's house for dinner. So I'll bring the camera with me and check in. Okay, we have been home from at home for a while now. All right, come on, guys. And some of the cushions didn't work, but some of the cushions did work. So these are our old cushions. And let me just kind of show you. These, you can see the dark spots on them. The ones below have really big dark spots. So this is now, we've added an umbrella for now. We might get a bigger one that'll go in that corner, and we're actually going to talk about having some sunshades. I know we talked about this summer. I mean, we talked about this last summer, but we found these cushions at home. We like the print. It had the same colors, and I love my little flower one. And yes, it's an outdoor pillow. For just this, because it took 3 cushions, but one of these cushions is too small for these chairs. So we took the best of the cushions that we currently owned that have faded more evenly. Here we go. You can see back here. This is the original color of the cushions. This is how much is faded. So if this pops forward, you can't really tell. But these cushions are now our accent colors. We took them down around the table. I'm not going to put anything on those because it just collects water. Those down there, you can see they're still in the process of fading. Let me see if I can zoom you in. You see the mist markings on. I'm hoping this summer it will fade them because these are very specific sizes. It's very frustrating. And then we got rid of all the striped and like palm frond pillows that we had from last summer and replaced them all with green and then this print. So now we can actually use this area. It's in better shape. We have a little bit of shade, a couple of spots to sit in. This umbrella does tilt, so you'd have to move it around. But at least it's now a usable space for at least 2 people. At this moment, just 1 where I'm sitting. But I don't want a permanently covered upper deck. I have a permanently covered lower deck. So I want to be able to have, I don't know, we put the umbrella back up on that table there, and that will do some shade. I don't know. It just gets really hot, and this deck gets really hot, and when it gets that hot, this deck becomes virtually unusable. So that's been most of the day. I did talk to all the kids. That was really fun chatting with the kids. They're all doing the same types of things we're doing, as working in their yards and planting flowers and new throw pillows, just freshening things up. And it's kind of fun that we're all kind of in the same mindset. I will tell you, at home seemed pretty normal. There wasn't a lot of people in there. There were a few people wearing masks, but there was no worries of being too close to people. We went for lunch, and that's when everything gets weird. It makes my anxiety level go up when I'm reminded how serious this is, and what am I trying to say here? I'm not saying that I don't take it seriously. I absolutely do. It's just that it can't be a constant stress. And being at home, there's not. So that's why we needed to stay home as much as possible. We've gone out for a little bit, run our few errands very, very carefully. When we went to eat, we sat outside. We had her wipe down the entire table, chairs, and everything. Everything is in plastic wrap, and it's, even the menus are now coming out of sheets of paper that they throw away. They're not even reusing their menus, which is a lot of waste, but then you don't have to worry about somebody else having touched that same menu beforehand. So everything is very different. I realize that we are the first state that opened. It's not back to normal here. It's not back to normal here. And I don't know that it ever will be back where it was. I think people are going to be much more conscientious over, the cleanliness of everything and how quickly something bad can spread. So, and I think that's a good thing that people are going to be more conscientious. I told my stepdaughter who lives in Alabama, they're still on full lockdown. Nothing is open for them. And I was explaining that not everything is open here. Some things are still just curbside service only. Most stores only allow 30% occupancy. But I told her, because she works at a restaurant that is open to go, and she's been working extra hours. She's working roughly 20 hours more a week than she would normally work. 60 hours a week is what she's averaging right now. At least she's working. But I was like, I hope that people don't say, okay, we're allowed to go back because everything's back to normal, and they go back to the way things were, I don't know. I'm tired of talking about it, and I know you're tired of hearing about it. So we have some things to return to at home because they didn't work in these chairs. And we have some stuff. What do you do with old cushions? They were only used for last season. They faded terribly. I'm talking about the blues and stuff that we had from last year. What do you do with those when you're done with them? I mean, they will take up an entire trash can. It seems so wasteful. I don't know what to do with them. But we are having dinner with Emily and Connor at 5:30 this evening. Going to take Jackson and Indigo over there, so they'll have some Georgia and Cade time. And I think that's going to be the end of Mother's Day for us. Like I said, I've talked to everybody I need to talk to. Everybody's doing good. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Mother's Day. I know this is coming out after Mother's Day, like 2 days after Mother's Day. So I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day weekend and that you were at least somehow able to talk to your loved ones. I talked to my son, my daughter-in-law, my granddaughter. I talked to my stepdaughter and her husband. And we talked to the moms that we have and our friends that are moms. Even if you're a fur mom, if you're a mother figure to somebody, this is... Mother doesn't mean you gave birth. Mother is a verb. So it is something that you do. It's who you are to somebody. So anyway, I may not pick up the camera anymore today, so I'm going to sign off for now and just enjoy the rest of the evening with my husband, my fur babies, my daughter, my son-in-law, and my grandpuppers. And I hope you guys do too. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.